the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up!
Well, thank you for tuning in again to another This is CorbinCenter, and this is week 4. And first of all, let's give a huge shout out right now. This one goes to 2 people, and that's right, Matt, Heather, I gotta thank you. We had a great conversation while we were at AWF. I will obviously touch base more on what happened at the show, but you have always been super supportive, and I appreciate all the talking about the encouragement for running and you know, that whole different dynamic and that group, and that is something that I really appreciate, because when I started running, I kind of thought that maybe it would kind of branch into a whole different, like, social setting, and it's cool to know that there's other people who really embrace it, and a lot of people have messaged me about similar about being runners, and I dig it. But Matt, Heather, you have always been super supportive, and I can't thank you enough. So I just want to give you the shout out for this episode. Now, here's why I'm a little, oh man, I feel like I got mixed emotions going into this one. So this is the 4th episode, and we have been on a very steady decline on the views on here, but I don't think that wagers anything in particular on me or on the show's quality content. But I do have 2 big milestones that have kind of come out of this. One being that my Twitter now has finally gotten over 5,800 subscribers, while it does teeter every bit, where it seems like maybe they eliminate a bot or someone's just being funny with me. But I've also hit over 500 followers on TikTok, and even though I'll be the first one to admit with you, TikTok is a cesspool. It absolutely is. I was told by a couple friends that they thought that this would be another good outlet for me, and I just look at all social media platforms, and I like to do unique things. And I feel like some of them are finally finding their own niche. You know, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, however you may follow me, it's whichever one. But again, those were big, so I'm not going to focus so much on this. I think this one might be the first one to come back up, but I got some stuff to talk about as far as this show. Now, last time I didn't have a wrestling event. That might be a big part of why no one really tuned in, but I did have AWF. It was my first AWF in about 5 months. Coming back from injury, you know, really took that out of me. And of course, I come back and I wrestle Big O Possum. And of course, what went through my head first when this happened was, I came back for this? To wrestle a possum in like the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin. Also really funny, on the road trip here, it was myself, Lore, and Bill Williams on the way, and we all had different, basically we all thought we were going to different Clear Lakes, because there's Clear Lake, Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin. So luckily when we came to the agreement, we're like, where exactly are we going? We made sure to check the flyer again. So just so you know, we didn't end up going to Clear Lake, Iowa. So I wouldn't let that stupid possum win by default. That's how that was working. But what he did was also ridiculous. Like, here's the biggest problem. No trash was cleared out of the ring. He brings in his little garbage can, dumps it all over, has a banana peel that he uses, brings his little baby in the ring. All ridiculous stuff. And all I wanted to do was bash that stupid animal's brains. And you could call me animal control, because I was willing to put that possum out of his misery. John Maddening brought up the fact that possums only live to 1 to 2 years, really, in their life expectancy in the wild. I was hoping for it to last about 10 minutes, and that was my deal with this possum. That's what I was going to do. But of course it backfired, giving me my first pinfall loss of the year, which I'm also not happy about. And I feel like I have to regroup and move on. And as you know, we're kind of moving forward here into freelance is coming up next week. Let's throw that schedule up there. I got freelance that's coming up. I have obviously my trip coming back to Vegas for Versus Pro, which the graphic just hit, which I'm super excited. My match with Shane Black is announced for Pro Wrestling Battleground, and you probably noticed that also I have First Wrestling. They just dropped that they're going to be doing the May 18th event on that Thursday, which is right after my birthday. Huffman, stop with the jokes about every day being my birthday, but that's because the March 18th show has sold out. And my schedule is going to get pretty busy, and here's what I always want to advise you. Obviously, you can join my fan page. That's one thing you can do. I always post my schedule there, and I always update it when I can. But if you join my Patreon, you will always hear it here first when I add new events to my calendar. So if you want to see kind of the backstory, also, I just did a CorbinCenter a little bit more in depth on the match at AWF, talking about that a little bit and what my plans are going forward. So I have a busy schedule, which is awesome. I can't complain about that. Wrestling was pretty big this whole weekend. I mean, you know, it's February, it's a new month, it's rolling in. This is going to be the busiest that I've been in a long time, and I am looking to add some more events to the schedule and also running events to the schedule as well. So excited about that, as I do have my first 10K coming up here with, I did the Hot Chocolate 5K run last year, and now I'm doing the 10K run because I want a little bit different of a medal, and it starts later, so I decided to go with a different heat, so we have that. Anyway, yes, looking kind of forward, I'm trying to keep the schedule rolling, trying to visit old stomping grounds. How is the shoulder feeling? That is a question that I got from a few people. The shoulder is feeling great, so I can't complain about any of that. I am feeling really good. Also, a couple things. First of all, let's, of course, I would be very remiss if I didn't cut to, you know, the annual episode, the Let's Get Dirty segment that my consultant wants to do. And of course, he jumped the gun on the news this week, but I'm not going to complain about it.
My sources tell me that it sounds like NXT is going to allow numerous talents the opportunity to try and wrestle on the indies and hone their craft a little bit, because, you know, the Shawn Michaels, the HBK, knows that the indies are the lifeblood. So the biggest thing is that he's planning on doing is that he's going to let their talent go out and, like, make a name for themselves, which is funny because we got WrestleMania weekend coming up, so everyone's assuming that, like, some of these NXT guys are going to be on all these, like, NXT or all these shows that run around Mania anyway, which would be crazy that you could see NXT guys. Wait, what? No. My sources just told me that it sounds like they are not letting NXT guys wrestle everywhere they want because so many indies are trying to book their NXT guys like Braun Breaker against the shitty top fed guy in their local area that only draws like 30 people. So sounds like they're not going to do it because obviously they don't want their people to get hurt, you know, with separated shoulders and everything like that, and all the injuries that happen. But yeah, sorry that your local dream match isn't going to come true anymore, but you know, you heard it here first.
Now, also, while I have you here, the other thing too is, as you know, every tendency I get is keeping my consultant in theory. He was quite happy because he received a gift from my P.O. box, and both of us actually got something in the P.O. box, and I wanted to show you what we got. So let's show you, my consultant, what he got in my P.O. box this time.
You know, I feel really special because a lot of times when I get stuff in the P.O. box, I still told Corbin, I said, should I get my own P.O. box? Would that be special? You know, because like I used to get a bunch of glitter bombs that were sent to the actual consultant's office, but you know, to Reflections Inc. But he said no. He said don't do that. Just use mine. And sure enough, you are fans coming through and getting me stuff just like this. And I tried to dig in a little bit, and I just want to see what this is all about. But did I get an award? Did I win an award I wasn't aware of? Oh my gosh. What an award, and it's a shock! It's the best day of my life.
You know, he cherishes that award, that is for sure. But I also got a gift myself in mine, which will come in very handy with the GoPro that I got for Christmas. Well, again, I received this package actually right as soon as CorbinCenter was updating, so I got this guy. So I wanted to make sure I opened it here. king, huh? Okay. It's a plastic bag that's warning me to not suffocate myself or my children, which hopefully isn't a big issue, which is, oh, sweet. This is, okay, so this, I got a GoPro for Christmas, which is kind of my hope is that I'll be able to use that GoPro on my runs, but I only had the head mount. Well, this is an awesome gift. This looks like it's going to be one of the body mounts. And wow, I didn't know that it was so extravagant with all these pieces. I had no idea, but this will come in handy. This is awesome. So this is a great gift. So thank you so much. Gosh, I appreciate that. That's awesome. You know, again, I love getting stuff that encourages my hobbies and my, I was going to say extracurriculars, but ain't nobody giving me credit for this except me. And look, if you want to continue, this is awesome. I absolutely love, I've received autographed baseballs, which, you know, I'm a huge Twins fan. I've now received gifts for running and for Christmas and great letters, even a really funny piece of hate mail one time that said I stank like the lake that's in Robbinsdale. So if you want to keep continuing to send me any of these, please do. But I hope you enjoyed this episode of Corbin Center. We got a lot packed in, and we're going to keep it rolling because next time around, we're definitely going to be talking about the weekend about freelance wrestling and what happened there, and then leading into my trip back to Las Vegas. So, thank you for joining on another episode of This is Corbin Center.
Don't stop.